Okay. Good evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for not finding it robbery to take time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. Thank you for those of you that are tuning in on the airways. Like us on YouTube at Pastor Jeffrey Goodine. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Like us on Facebook. Follow us at Church on Wheels. Let the Good News Roll. That's our Facebook group page. Facebook Live, Jeffrey Goodine. Twitter, at Goodine Jeffrey. Instagram, Goodine Jeffrey. And Clubhouse, Church on Wheels Ministry. Tonight we are continuing our Bible study on the book of Psalms. Tonight we are Psalm 37. Psalm 37. This is a psalm of David. And a little about the psalm, and really the real crux of the psalm is the fact that we worry about, we see the evil prosper. And that's the problem of evil. The wicked prosper and the good suffer. So here, the Psalm of David is talking about the blessings of the righteous. Now, when you read this psalm, you will notice that as you read through the psalm, it's talking again from a righteous person point of view. Now, we know that that things happen in our lives, and we want to focus tonight on verse 4. It says, Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Now, we know that sometimes we have desires of our heart, and we ask him, and he don't give it to us right away. Now, he says, delight thyself also. But whatever it is that you're doing other than that, other than what you're trying to delight yourself in, he says, delight yourself also in the Lord. Now, once you do that, then he says, and he shall. That is, shall is a word of future. That is a future tense word, in essence. That's something that's going to happen in the future. That when you delight yourself, he shall. That means he's going to do it. There's no question about it. That he's going to do it. He shall give you the desires of thine heart. And yes, we do have desires of our heart. And those things that we get. But it may not come right away. It may take some time. Well, remember, to God, a day is like 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is like a day. So, whether we want it now, as we do in this microwave society, we wanted it yesterday. Well, when we delight ourselves in the Lord, he shall give us the desires of our hearts. Now, but it has to come from a righteous perspective. Now, the author of this is a Psalm of David. And, and if you have not read the story of David, please do. Please do. Please do. In fact, the 23rd Psalm, I think, is one of the best Psalms, that David wrote. Now, not to say that this one's any less, but that covers the whole gambit of your life. Well, here, David is stressing this one mainly to the blessings to the righteous. Now, what will happen to the righteous person? Now, sometimes we we want things that may not be within our best interest. But there are things that require of our heart. But what we need and what we want could be two different things. According to God, it's two different things. I'm going to feel a need that's in your heart, but the want is in your brain. I want this. Well, if it fits in line with what it is, his plans for you, then you will get it. And it will be a desire of your heart. Now, as they say, the desire of your heart, may be one thing, but you get what it is that you need. And all the time that he gives you what you need, it is exactly what you needed at that moment. And as you go along, you realize that was the best thing that could have happened to you. As they say, hindsight's 20/20. That's the best thing that could have happened to you. But here, David is saying that delight thyself also in the Lord, which means that we got certain things. We got things that we delight. We got things that we want. But they may not fit. But say, delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. And usually when you put yourself in the Lord, the desires of your heart sometimes, may be different than what you had expected. Could be different. But it lines up as a righteous person. So the next time you feel that you want something, delight yourself in the Lord, and it will come to pass. It will come to pass. But it may not come to pass at your timing. You still get the desire of your heart, but it will be at God's time. And what he feels and what he knows is best for you in the long run. In the long run. So, sometimes we have to understand that. So tonight, delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. In Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse. Send me an email, pastorjeffreygoodine@gmail.com, and pastorjeffreygoodine@gmail.com. And I'll add you to the list, and you'll get a copy of the handout so that you could follow along with us in Bible study. That's pastorjeffreygoodine@gmail.com. It's pastorjeffreygoodine@gmail.com. And you will get a copy of the handout. I'll add you to the list. You get a copy of the handout. And so that you could tune in, invite a friend, have a watch party. So tonight, Psalm 37. Now, when we look at Psalm 37, right at the beginning, in verse 1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. We are not to be afraid of evildoers, even though we know that they're doing evil. We know that they're workers of iniquity. It says that we are not to be envious of them. In other words, the wicked is going to prosper. And sometimes in your eyesight, the righteous don't. In other words, the wicked prospers and the righteous suffers. That's kind of how we kind of look at it. That we see the workers of iniquity, we see them prospering. And then we compare that to ourselves. And we consider ourselves suffering. Because again, we are envious of what they're doing. And we keep saying, God, why are they prospering? Why are they doing this? Why do they have that? And here I am, following you the best that I know how, and nothing happens. And the psalmist says that I almost slipped. My feet almost slipped when I look at the prosperity of the wicked. That I almost slipped. Because when we look at the prosperity of the wicked, we see that we've come to the conclusion that that'll never be me. Is that I'm resigned to suffering while they prosper. But verse 2 says, for they shall be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. That yes, yeah, they're going to prosper. But they're not going to be around long. You know. Verse 3 says, trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. We must trust, regardless of what the wicked does. We've got to trust that he's going to provide for us. Now, in comparison to the wicked, in comparison to those that do iniquity, that worketh iniquity, yes, we become envious of them. Yes, we do. We fall into that trap, becoming envious of them. Why are they prospering and I'm not? God, why? Lord, tell me why. Why are they prospering, doing the evil that they do? I know they're doing evil. You know they're doing evil. Why do they continue to do it? And why do you continue to let them prosper? That's the cry of the righteous. Why are they continuing to prosper? I don't have an answer for that. But I do know what he said. He says, don't worry about them. You just continue to do good and you'll be fed. Just continue to do what you're doing. Don't worry about them. Because they will be cut down soon. They will be cut down soon. And they're going to wither away. One day they're going to be here and the next they're going to be gone.
I might be getting ahead of you, but 13, he pretty much tells you what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He says the Lord shall laugh at him, and he seeth that day is coming. So
right.
He sees everything.
Right, and he knows that day is coming. But we don't know that day is coming. We don't know when that day is. And what we do is, as trying to be as righteous as we can, we become envious of them. And, and there's another psalm where the psalmist says, my feet almost slipped when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. But when I came into the house of the Lord, things got better. He knew that they weren't going to be around long. And that's what it is. We see the wicked prosper. The Bible tells us to trust in it and do good. And you'll dwell in the land and you'll be fed. And he said you will get the desires of your heart. You will get the desires of your heart. The desire of your heart is, I want a house. Your want is a mansion, which may not be your best interest. But you will get the desire of your heart. You will get that as a righteous person. Or trying to be as righteous as you can. Following him, Yes, you will get the desires of your heart. Now, think about that. Not only is he going to take care of you and give you what you need, but he's also going to give you the desires of your heart. And the desires of our hearts are sometimes different than what we actually need. A desire of our heart is like a want. But he said, not only will I take care of you, but I will also give you what you want. Now that's, yeah. Now verse 5 says, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. They will see you. They will see you prosper. They will see you. And then they're going to want to know, who is this God that's providing this for you? And you can tell them, the one true God. Come over on his side. Not perfect, but you're perfect in his eyesight. He wants you with the imperfections that you have. Just commit yourself to him, and he'll bring it to pass. But you have to trust in him. If you notice that word trust now, you have to trust that he's going to do it. Now, the problem we got with trusting is we see the wicked prosper. We see it. And we say, yeah, he's going to provide for me. The Lord's going to provide for me. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. But then we're watching the wicked prosper. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Now, that's that word. Patiently. Wait. Now, in this society, this is a microwave society. We don't have time to wait. I would say the old saying is there's never enough time to do it right, but there's always enough time to do it over. So rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wickedness devices to pass. He said that the man bring wicked devices to pass. He said, fret not, don't worry about that. Because yes, he's going to prosper. The wicked do prosper. Yes, they do. And they prosper right in front of you. In fact, they'll mock you and say, well, you going on to church. What has the Lord done for you? What has your Lord done for you? Where's your God now? You know the whole thing, That's what it's saying. The wicked is prospering. And the Bible, and then right here, the psalmist is saying, fret not. Don't worry about them. Because he's going to prosper. He's going to prosper. And he's going to bring that wicked device to pass. Yes. Now, when we go into the Bible and it says that, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It didn't say they won't form the weapon. It didn't say that that wicked device will be created. It didn't say that's not going to happen. And it also says that it may not prosper. It might do something with it, but it's not going to prosper. And my daddy told me I always go back, unjust don't prosper. Unjust don't prosper. And that's from a man with a 4th grade education. Unjust don't prosper. And I hold on to that. And it don't. When people do unjust to you, it don't prosper. Yeah, they might get away with it one time. As we say, one time shame on you. Second time, shame on me. You're not getting a third. You're not getting a third opportunity. But he says, rest in the Lord, wait patiently from him. Because the man, the bring the wicked device to pass is going to prosper in his way. So the evil that they're going to do against you, yes, they're going to get it done. Might not be all of it, but they're going to get one or two of them in there. So he says, fret not. That's a blessing to the righteous. Yeah, you might get away with one or two, but in the end, he's going to be cut down like grass, and he's going to wither away. And you're still going to be here. It says, verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Yes, the evildoer. Now he's telling us to cease from anger and forsake wrath. You know how hard that is? You know, as a Christian, want to be Christian, or somebody say you should be a Christian. Do you know how hard it is to not get angry at somebody that do you wrong? Do you know how hard it is to not seek a revenge or vengeance against them, the wrath, to bring the wrath upon them? It's very hard. But he says, fret not thyself in the way to do evil, because the evil, shall be cut off. Now, you want to be cut off with them? I mean, do you want to be cut off with them? Because if you do evil, the evildoer is going to get cut off. Now, think about it for a moment. They do evil to you, and you turn around and do evil to them. That's two evildoers. Now, you can't be doing evil. You can't be evil doing. Can you do evil? Do evil in the name of Jesus. Okay, you can't do that.
Good point.
Just because they did something to you, you can't retaliate. Well, you should not retaliate. And you know what? That's one of the hardest things for the Christian to do. Because the Christian will say, I'm going to lay my religion down, and then I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of. Or as they would say, the Lord knows my heart. That's just an excuse for you to do some evil doing, and then you want the Lord to be on your side when you do it. Nope. You're going to become an evildoer just like them, and you will be cut off. Now, if verse 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. A little while, you got to hold on. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. You're looking for him. He's not there. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. You say, for yet a little while the wicked shall not be. So that means that there's time. Yes, you see them and they're prospering. But in a little while, they won't be there no more. In a little while, they won't be there. Yeah.
I find myself using more and more and thinking more and more of using the term WWJD.
Right.
It just really helps to respond to those questionable times when somebody's...
Right, when somebody's done, yeah, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
What it does is it makes you pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then really think.
But it answers my question every time.
Yeah.
How should I handle this? Well, WWJD.
Yeah. And you know, and you're right, Ryan, in that pause, that gives us the opportunity to gather ourselves.
Correct.
So that we won't fly off the handle, as they say. You know.
Used to do that all the time.
You
I kept losing my handles.
I think the more we study, the closer we get. It's never not going to happen. I mean, it happens, but it's easier for you to like you were saying, to sit back and kind of see.
Yeah,
You're on
yeah.
the outside looking in versus just being mixed up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes practice.
Yeah.
It takes practice
The more I
to,
use it, the more
yeah, the more you use
pops
it,
up.
you find out, and you see in here for the psalmist, he's saying that this is practice. This is from practice that I know that the wicked, they're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be here for a while. And, you know, when you consider the wicked, one day you find out he's not going to be here. He's not going to be here. Verse 12 says, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnashes upon him with his teeth. Yeah. Yeah. The weapon formed against you, that's a plot against you. And trust me, and when he's gritting it, just like we've gritted our teeth, that we really wanted to get this person, we gritted our teeth, you know, that's how we think. See, but the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. See, we don't see that day, but we got to trust and know that the day of the wicked is coming. The prosperity that they're having right now, it's only going to be for a little while. It's only going to be for a little while. So the wicked, 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow. Boy, they ready. To cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter their own heart and their bows shall be broken. That is, the weapon is not going to prosper. Oh yeah, they got the sword drawn. They got the bow bent. Yeah. Yeah. But they are so to slay the upright conversation, to slay the righteous, to slay the righteous. Any Jesus follower or something, you know, I mean, come on. We've been in groups where, you know, you could feel the people, they know you go to church, but they don't want you to bring up the Jesus thing. You know, they don't want you at the cookout. You know, and, you know, I go to cookouts and things and, you know, hey, people do whatever it is they want to do. You know, but if you ask me about Jesus Christ, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. And when the opportunity arises, I will talk. I will talk. And sometimes he just wants you to see. You know?
What again?
You never brought things up, but when I asked, you had the answers that I was looking for. And it all went right back to where we are now.
Right. But he said now, their sword shall enter their own heart, which means that they will be slain by their own sword. And the bow that they draw back at you will be broken. They're coming at you. So you see the psalmist is telling the righteous, the Christian want to be Christian, or somebody say it should be Christian. They're out there. Prepare yourself. But I want you to know that even though that they're out there, they might get one in, but it won't prosper. And he will provide you strength to endure.
Trusting God's karma.
Yeah. Yeah. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The little bit that the righteous man got is better than the riches of many wicked. Because what? Those riches are going to be, they're fleeting. They're fleeting. As they say, big money come big and leave big. You know, they all of these, that wicked money, when it comes in, it leaves big. You know, but they say the little bit that you have is better. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their hair shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in days of famine they shall be satisfied. That he knows all of our days. And we are, as righteous, you will inherit it. We have an inheritance. We are heirs with Christ. We are heirs with Christ. We are heirs to the kingdom. Just like you are heir to whatever your family leaves behind, we are heirs to the kingdom. And our inheritance is forever. So during this evil time, we should not be ashamed to talk about Jesus Christ. We should not be ashamed to tell people about our God. Because the famine is coming. The famine is coming, and the wicked will not be able to prosper anymore. But we will. We'll be satisfied in the famine. The famine is coming. So, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. So the wicked, they're going to perish. Now, I don't know who's an enemy of it. I don't think you want God as an enemy. That may not be a good thing. But there are some people that'll tell you that he don't exist. There are some that'll tell you that there's no such thing. But who they call on in time of trouble? They sure don't call on themselves. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. Say the wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous sheweth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Tell you, the wicked's not going, they're going to be cut off. See, these are blessings to the righteous. These are promises to the righteous. That yes, the evil is among us. Yes, it is. And yes, they are devising, plotting against you. But these are things that the wicked does. They did the wicked borrow and don't pay back. The righteous show mercy and give it. You know, the more you give, the more you have to give. I mean, the more you give, the more you have to give. And they were, you know, that you read the story. So the Rockefeller was trying to figure out how to give away everything he had. And the more he tried to give, the more he got. So once we decide to give, as I say, once you get on this plan, on this giving plan, the more you give, the more you have to give. The more you have to give. See about that, the wicked will be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. Now, if you see this, you understand what the psalmist is saying. That even though the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord and you're happy on your way, you can fall. You can fall. That's why I say on Sunday mornings when we do in the devotion, you know, I do pass me not. You know, because when he come back, I may have fallen. I may have fallen. So that's why I said, don't pass me by. When you come and you calling everybody else, don't pass me by. I may have fallen. And here he said that the step, even though they ordered, and we're delighted that they are, he says, though he fall, which means that the psalmist is saying that yes, even the righteous is going to fall. but he will not be utterly cast down. Just because he fall, that don't mean, we could be turned away. For the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. He'll pick you up. He'll pick you up. Now, if you fall and you stay down, that's on your accord. But he said he will pick you up. Even though you fall, you're not cast down. Even though you fall, you're not cast away. He knows you're righteous. He knows you're working out. He knows it. He knows that the evil will prosper at some point. We know that the evil will trip you up and you will fall. But you're not utterly cast down. He knows that you will fall. When Jesus went to the disciples and said that Satan wishes to sift you like wheat, Jesus didn't say, well, Satan don't do it. All he said was, I hope your faith don't fail. Because he knows you're going to fail from a human perspective. Yes, you are. Because Satan knows exactly how to tempt you. He knows exactly what to make it taste like, what to make it smell like, what to make it feel like, what to make it sound like, what to make it look like. He knows. He knows.
It's also said, I will never leave nor forsake you.
Right. He'll never leave you. He said, though you fall, I will not cast you away. Unless you want to be, I guess, as they say.
It goes back to what you said. Where did you leave him?
Yeah.
He's right where you left him.
Right where you left him.
Because God won't leave us, but sometimes
We'll leave him first.
Oh, yeah.
We'll leave him first. Verse 25 says, I have been young, now I am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Now, that from the psalmist. Saying that I'm young and I'm old. I didn't see it, but I can tell you what. Never have I seen the righteous forsaken. Nor have I seen anyone in his thing begging for bread. He will always feed you. He will always be there. He will never forsake you. The psalmist says, I'm young. I was young, but now I'm old. So let me tell you what. His thing is, let me enlighten you. All this time of my life, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. What did he say? He said he will feed us. He will feed us. So the psalmist is saying that the seed ain't begging bread. He's always taken care of. And he's not forsaken. No matter if he falls, he's not forsaken. He is ever merciful. Boy, do we have a merciful God. Boy, trust me. And I'm the pastor of the church. Trust me. We have a merciful God. Trust me. Trust me. Would you buy a used car for me?
Does it come with a warranty?
Yeah. And his seed is blessed. Said, depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment. And boy, will we be judged. And forsaketh not his saints, they are preserved forever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So the prosperity of the wicked is not going to last. Whatever the wicked has prospered or put it, has done and planned, it's not going to last. The seed is going to be cut off. So whatever the wicked does, it will not prosper. So fret not. Don't worry about that when you see the prosperity of the wicked. Because he said, yes, they will prosper. And yes, they will form a weapon against you. And yes, that weapon may come to pass. Yes, you will fall, but you're not forsaken. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The righteous will inherit the land, but the wicked will be cut off. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. Speaketh wisdom. The law of God is in his heart. So whatever is in your heart, that's why I say we need to get, put Jesus in our hearts, because it's not what goes into a man that makes him vile, it's what comes out. And what comes out of the man, he didn't eat that. Because if we ate the hatred and all of that, it'll pass out in our bowels. But the evil that comes out of man, he didn't eat that. So, but you put God in your heart, then you will begin to speak wisdom and righteousness. But until you get God in your heart, then you will do these things. He said man is evil in his heart till the day he died. Man is evil in his heart. I mean, when God said with Pharaoh, he said, I don't have to touch Pharaoh. He's got enough evil in his heart already that's going to kill him. He just wanted to let the people go. I mean, think about it. If he wanted to strike him down, he could have struck him down. But he gave him place and let him know, I'm God. I control this. I control this. I control this. The wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Now, think about it. We fall for it sometimes. We fall for the okie doke sometimes. We fall for it. And when we fall for it, then we realize that they were devising that plan all along. So that means that they're watching us. The wicked is watching the Christian want to be Christian, or somebody say they should be Christian, watching them so that they can tell them that they messed up. They seek to slay him. Slaying him by saying, I thought you went to church. I thought you did this and I thought you did that, when they see you doing something wrong. He said, but the Lord will not leave you in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged, nor condemn you when you are judged. He's not going to condemn you when you fall, so that the wicked will say, see, I told you. And they always got that saying. That's why I don't go to church. No, that's not why you don't go to church. No, it's not. If you want to do that excuse, then you can say an excuse, but that's not why you don't go to church. See, them church folk are something else. They're a bunch of hypocrites. And you know what? You're right. You one too. So, you might as well. The biggest hypocrite, as I say, is that you saying that there's no God, but then you called on him. I'm talking about the epitome of hypocrisy. You say there's no God, but yet you call on him. That don't make no sense. But, whatever. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. He's going to let you see the wicked get cut off. As I say, he will exalt the righteous in their eye. He will exalt you in their eye, so that they will know who he is. He will exalt thee to inherit the land. The wicked are cut off, and then you'll see it. You'll see the prosperity of the wicked come to an end. You will see that. You will see that. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away. And lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. So he knows the wicked rises to great power. And he begins to spread his wickedness around like a big tree. But guess what? He died. He passed away. And when I came looking for that tree, I didn't see it. It was gone. Poof. Gone. Where could he be? He's not around anymore. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. That is, again, an upright man. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. I'm reading, the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. You cannot bestow salvation upon yourself. You don't have that ability. But the salvation of the righteous of the Lord. He is their strength in time of trouble. And yes, trouble is coming. Yes, it is. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. There's that word again. Trust. So you see what the psalmist is saying, that if you trust in him, you will get the desires of your heart. And a lot of times the desires of our heart is to not be afflicted by the wicked. Now he's saying that the wicked is there. He's saying, now fret not now because the wicked is going to prosper. Yes, they are. And some of it might be against you. Yes, they're going to prosper.